What's good everyone, my name is Magna, and welcome back to Phantom Forces Gun Breakdowns, where I give a full-blown analysis of every gun in the game from rank 0 and onward. In today's very quick episode, we're going to be talking about the rank 13 pistol, the M17, which actually may be one of the most underrated pistols in the game, and I'll get to why later on in the video. But if you haven't seen the previous episode, click on the top right corner, or else all of your guns will shoot plastic bullets instead of real ones. But if you're new here, I'm glad you can join me today. But with all that being said, let's get into the breakdown, shall we? Of course, starting with some fun facts, the M17, also known as the Sig Sauer M17, is an American pistol that was first introduced in 2017, hence the name. This pistol is a modified version of the P320 and was officially adopted as the standard issue pistol of every US military branch, except the Coast Guard for some reason, replacing the much older and outdated M9, because now it has much greater ergonomics and accuracy. Along with the M17, the US also adopted the M18, which is the same thing, but it just has a shorter barrel. So yeah, pretty straightforward, nothing too much to talk about, but now let's move on to the in-game stats. So again, the M17 is unlocked at rank 13 along with the SKS, and it does 36 max damage up to 50 studs and down to 21 damage up to 100 studs, which makes the weapon a 3 to a 5 shot kill to the limbs. But because it has a headshot multi of 1.5, and a torso multi of 1.1, it's actually a 2-shot on the head in close range, and it can 3-shot to the torso around 65-ish studs. The magazine size is 17, which is very high, the same size as the Glock 17. We have a fire rate of 666, which is very good, but I don't know if that's the actual fire rate in real life, or if something influenced the devs to make it that number. Anyway, now onto the advanced stats. The muzzle velocity sits at 1200, which is pretty low, but not as bad as some other pistols. Penetration depth is 0.5, pretty standard for most pistols. As far as the handling goes, we have a 1.7 second tactical reload and a 2 second empty reload, which is very fast. Of course, it being a pistol, the ADS and walk speed are both great. And now onto the recoil, and the M17 overall has pretty low recoil and is very accurate, but visually it has a little weird vertical and horizontal kick with every shot, so you'll just have to get used to that. But as far as attachments go, a good setup that I have right now would be the Delta sight or any other optic, the muzzle brake, the green laser, and the extended mag. Interestingly enough though, the M17 does not have any special attachments, so no long barrels, no conversions, no stocks, anything like that, so it's pretty straightforward. And I do feel like one reason though this is the case is because this is still kind of a newer weapon. It came out 2 years ago along with the M1918 bar, so maybe the devs didn't have time to add new stuff to it, I don't know. But as far as how you should use the M17, of course it being a pistol, it works best at close range. However, its stats say otherwise, as this pistol is very effective at medium range too, even just by itself. Its high magazine allows for much longer sustained fire, and with the extended mag this is even greater. The fire rate's also very high, so it becomes very powerful if you have a good trigger finger. While its muzzle velocity is low, it's actually on the same level as some PDWs, so it's really not that bad. Because of all this, you can turn the M17 into a pseudo-primary weapon, very similar to the Glock 17, and while of course you probably won't be getting 100 kill games like this, the M17 is very fun to mess around with if you're bored, which I can totally understand considering the choices Stylus is making with their game. But for my overall opinion, I'm pleasantly surprised with the M17. It has great overall performance for a pistol, and its very generous stats really make it effective even just by itself. I'm really surprised I don't see many people using this, as I think it probably gets overshadowed by the SKS when people unlock it, or by other pistols like the M1911. And while it's not the best pistol in the game in terms of range or damage, it's a very fun alternative to some other secondaries. So I would give the M17 out of 10 a 7.5 out of 10. Definitely check it out if you haven't. But that's gonna be it for this episode. I know it was pretty short, but expect that for episodes on secondaries because they just don't have as much to talk about compared to the primary weapons. But anyway, feel free to drop a like and sub to the channel and let me know your guys' opinions on the M17 down in the comments. But thank you all again for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.